We are building up for the India versus Pakistan September 2nd encounter. The venue that is in question here is Palakele. Now remember, Palakele has had a very good record for India. It's been very good to them. They have played 3 ODIs there and they have won all 3 matches there. Now, ahead of the India versus Pakistan clash, remember, for the first time in 4 years, they will be playing an ODI, and for the first time in about 13 years, they will be playing in Sri Lanka. Now, yesterday we had the first game played in Sri Lanka between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. At that time, you saw that both pacers and spinners had a very, very good outing there. For Bangladesh, it was Taskin Ahmed, Shariful Islam, and you had Shakib Al Hasan. For Sri Lanka, it was Matisha Patirana and all the others who chipped in. Now, looking at the pace versus spin situation in Palakele and Sri Lanka, what do you think? What can be the potential playing 11 that Rohit Sharma will announce? Remember, there is a press conference that will be start at 5:10 p.m. IST, and in there you will get a clear-cut picture of what the playing 11 will be. Here, we are just looking at the pace and spin situation in Palakele, and based on that, we are trying to establish what can be a favorable 11 for the Indian team to take on Pakistan on September 2. Now, we know certain team news that has evolved. One is the fact that, before I come to that, look at it. Pace versus spin in Palakele. Pace, 34 ODIs have taken place in Palakele since 2011 till now. 278 wickets have been taken by spinners, by pacers. Average of 30.89, economy of 5.63. This is a very kind of a misleading situation. They have taken more wickets, but 5.63 economy rate, that is a bit of a downer if you want to include a pacer. Now, what about a spinner? 193 wickets, slightly high average of 33.83. Economy rate is 4.89. So, if you want to get a spinner, the economy will be quite good, 4.89. But a pacer can take more wickets but could leak runs also. Now, a brief example of the Sri Lanka-Bangladesh situation, what happened. You saw the likes of Matisha Patirana take 4 wickets. Dasun Shanaka, himself no express pace, but is a medium pacer, took 1 wicket. But the likes of Dunnith Velalage and all the other spinners chipped in. Tikshana got 2 wickets, and that's why you see it was an even spread when it came to the pacers and the spinners when it was Sri Lanka. What about Bangladesh? The initial breakthroughs were given by Taskin Ahmed and Shariful. And then after that, Shakib Al Hasan came in 2 for 29. This represents a very kind of a problematic situation as to what should be the bowling composition of the Indian cricket team for the Pakistan match. Remember, Pakistan's composition is sorted. They have got their 3 pacers in Naseem Shah, Shaheen Shah Afridi, and you also got Haris Rauf. But remember, there is an injury cloud over Shaheen Afridi, and that's why we don't know whether he'll be going full tilt. They have 2 spinners, Shadab and Mohammad Nawaz. Now, what can be India's team composition? Remember, previous experts and all other Indian cricket experts have said play 3 spinners in Palakele. But if we have to look at the pace versus spin, what can be our estimate of the playing 11, India's playing 11 for the series, for the match against Pakistan? Because remember, potential 11, I will not even deliberate the batting order, because see, the batting order that itself will be clarified in the press conference that will come at 5:10 p.m. So, the batting order and all the other things that we will come to know about only in the press conference. But in an ideal world, looking at the pace versus spin situation in Palakele, what can be India's playing 11? Well, the playing 11, if we have to estimate based on the records in Palakele, Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, they are all a certainty. There's no question about that. Shreyas Iyer, he has been doing well in the practice drills at the NCA, and now he could come back unless Rohit Sharma clarifies otherwise in the press conference. Ishan Kishan, now Rahul Dravid's press conference before leaving really stated the fact that KL Rahul will not be available for the Pakistan and Nepal games. So, Ishan Kishan is going to get 2 more games in that sense. Whether there is a chance Sanju Samson might come in, very unlikely, because Sanju Samson, you have to understand that even Nikhil has done a video live from Palakele explaining why Sanju Samson can't be picked, because Ishan Kishan is your first choice backup. So, that's why Ishan will come in. Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja, no problem. Kuldeep Yadav also, no problem. Now the number 8 situation. If you are wanting to back on pace, and who do you want to trust then Shardul Thakur fits the bill. But if you want spin and batting, then probably Akshar Patel. Who is the better bat between Shardul Thakur and Akshar Patel? Who is the better wicket taking bowler between Shardul Thakur and Akshar Patel? These two things the Indian team management will have to decide, and hopefully we will get to know about it in the press conference. India doesn't like to announce the playing 11 much before, so that's why you'll come to know about it only at the toss. But it's a straight swap, if you may say, looking at the conditions in Palakele and how it happened yesterday. Both spinners and pacers were getting equal purchase. But remember, Shakib, left armour, 2 for 29. If you want containment and if you want wickets, then probably Akshar Patel may get the nod. But if you want wickets, but you risk the factor of leaking runs, and also batting wise, it's 50-50, then Shardul might get the go ahead. So, two spinners in Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav. Maybe a third spinner, Akshar Patel in place of Shardul Thakur. Maybe that might be the thing, because you already have a Hardik Pandya giving you 7 to 8 overs potentially. Then you've got number 10 and 11 in the form of Mohammad Siraj and Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah is a certainty. But then what about Siraj and Shami? Remember, Shami has not played any cricket since the World Test Championship final. And if you look at Mohammad Siraj, he didn't play until the West Indies test. After the West Indies test, he came back home. He had an ankle niggle, and that is why he decided to fly back home as a precautionary measure. Siraj or Shami, that will be the key. And can both play? That will then be a big juggling act together. So, as I had mentioned, 278 wickets versus 193 wickets. Pace versus spin. But economy wise, pace 5.63, spin 4.89. What will you want? You want wickets or you want economy? That is the thing that the team management will have to clarify. So basically, in an ideal world, looking at the situation in Palakele, this can be your playing 11. But again, if India want to play 3 spinners, then Akshar Patel slots in at number 8. Shardul Thakur will have to potentially wait for another game. Then Mohammad Siraj or Mohammad Shami, or both. If they include both, then I think you will have to compromise on one spinning slot, which India might not want to do. So it will either be Mohammad Shami or Mohammad Siraj. So the 5:10 press conference that the Indian cricket captain is going to have is going to reveal a lot of interesting details. We in Sports Today will bring you all the latest happenings as soon as it happens. India's press conference 5:10, we will get to know who is the playing 11. You might get a fair idea what is Rohit Sharma and the team management's thinking, because remember, India versus Pakistan, it sets the tone for the Asia Cup. It also ensures that you start your World Cup preparations on the ultimate of highs. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.